Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Inquisition. And I'm going to do a couple more things here in Skyhold, and then we're probably going to run off to maybe the Exalted Plains next. First I've got at least 2 judgments to do, I'm pretty sure, so let's do those.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Adam of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus.
Of course he does.
We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms.
Yeah.
To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
I have to figure this out? Oh, jeez.
I'm struggling to understand how judging you can make up for anything that happened.
I recognize none of the proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I serve the living God. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
So he wants me to kill him. So basically I can kill him, which is exactly what he wants. I can give him to the wardens, who will kill him, which is exactly what he wants. And he'll be smug about it either way. Or this is the one judgment where I am often tempted to actually make someone tranquil, because this is the one punishment that Aramund that would actually wipe the smug grin off of Aramund's face. Pretty much every other option you get, it just makes him even more smug. Like, you can kill him and he'll just be like, yeah, you know, he made it clear that he's totally fine with dying, right? He's a zealot. He's 100% with Corypheus, and killing him just, like, he'll go to his grave with a smug smile on his face. Making him tranquil is about the only thing that actually scares him. And with good reason. The only reason I don't do it is because I'm a better person than that, and I like to take the moral high ground a little bit. It's very tempting, though, to be given that power to make him tranquil and to just use it on him. Like, he's the only prisoner that I am even tempted to use it on. But as much as it's tempting, I think Nadia is trying to be better than that, and I always think it's a little bit weird that they give a mage inquisitor specifically the option to do this, when, like, mages pretty much universally hate and fear tranquility. So why would a mage inquisitor among all people be willing to do that to somebody? Like, in the circle, that's like the thing that every mage fears the most, is being made tranquil. Like, why would you then turn around and do that to someone who's in your hands, whose life is in your hands? Why would you do that? And I think a lot of people, like, I don't know, that's always confused me, and I don't see Nadia as being the kind of person who would be willing to do that to anybody, no matter how smug and asshole-ish they are. So I think I'm going to go with this. It's a little bit wishy-washy, but jail him and lose the key sounds like a good idea. Dying is what he wants, so let's not kill him. Let's let him rot in prison and watch as we kick Corypheus's butt.
Since death is a validation for you, I will delay it. Lord Livius Adam of Virantium, you'll spend the rest of your days in the deepest, darkest hole we can find.
We shall see which of us outlives our legacy, Inquisitor.
Like, he's really of no use to anyone, you know? Like, a lot of the people I judge are genuinely, like, they're genuinely remorseful, and they want to, you know, but Aramond is like, no, I'm just an asshole. You can kill me if you want. I don't care. That'll just validate me even more. Make me a martyr. So, like, no, okay. I try not to give him what he wants. I've got another judgment here. I'm not even sure I remember which one it is.
Another of the lingering pains of adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
I'm confused. You want to die?
You were free to rejoin your comrades, and yet you present yourself here.
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that I've ever gotten this option before. I think I want to take it just to see what I get.
The Inquisition stands for faith. Our work has greater purpose. Sometimes we need a reminder. So Ruth, the Herald of Andraste forgives you in her name. Find peace in that.
Your worship, I will try.
Interesting. I don't know that I've ever done that before, or had that option. Maybe because I've been a little bit more pro Chantry or a little bit more embracing and accepting of the Herald of Andraste thing that I got that option. I don't even know. But gosh, I have another one. I don't know. I thought I had two. I have more than that even. Which one's this? A lot of them all of a sudden.
Before you is Service of the Minrathous Circle
Oh,
of Magi.
right, Service.
You met him and his Venatori in the Western Approach.
Yeah, I remember.
He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters, and using magic for conquest. He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the Approach, without his master's consent.
Really? That's actually impressive.
You stole from Corypheus. I don't know whether that's stupidly brave or bravely stupid.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, your worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain?
I think I like you.
Agreed. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me large debts.
Uh-huh.
Leave what happened in the approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
Interesting. Okay.
Someone who can smuggle magical artifacts to Tevinter and back shouldn't be wasted on court diplomacy. Bring those artifacts back to the Inquisition, procure something really useful, and we might loosen the shackles.
A little
Your
bit.
worship knows value when she sees it.
Just a little.
I won't disappoint.
Yeah, I think Nadia's, in general, I feel like Nadia is pretty pragmatic when it comes to her prisoners. Like, if she can find a use for them, she will. I think in general, killing them is always, she always considers killing people a waste. If she was going to kill people, she would have just done it. Like, Service especially, it's like, she could have just left him to die there on the Western Approach. She brought him back here not so she could just kill him, because she could have easily done that back in the Western Approach. She brought him there to see if she could find a use for him while alive, right? So I think that's the general idea behind all of the judgments, at least when it comes to this particular playthrough especially. And a lot of my playthroughs, it's like, I just don't see the point in killing people when they can be potentially made useful. Anyway, let's do our war table. Investigate Lord Enzo. Sister Liliana, our agents entered Lord Enzo's home, where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than buy into their philosophy. He's been arranging to send volunteers to Red Lyrium mines. As they took these people from Rialto's poorer, more unfortunate residents, few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with the evidence, but he failed to return. We have since learned that he hired a ship to Hercynia in the Free Marches. It seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Mason. Liliana has written a note below. Have our agents track Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not go cold. Okay? Outfitting the crew. A note from the quartermaster. Thank you for the indulgence. I have outfitted Sutherland and his small crew in equipment more appropriate to agents of the Inquisition. Given their humble origins, it is doubtful they have ever seen the like. Sir Morris. Okay. Good. I'm glad they're properly outfitted. Stop this war. Inquisitor. Through the efforts of hundreds of negotiators, allies, and a few personal connections, Navarra and Tevinter have grudgingly issued orders for their soldiers to return to their respective cities. The contested land has been split down the middle. We have averted a war today. I will add nothing more, for there is no higher reward to ask for. Proudly, Ambassador Montilier. Good job, Josephine. Pat on the back. Pat on the back. Alright. Right. Friend in Carinus. Oh man, I have so many things that I can do. Let's do Red Jenny attends a party. That's been sitting here for a while. Right, this is the one about the party. Thanks his sovereigns pay for it. Embarrass him at his own party, and you please a dozen people. And I wanted Liliana to do that, so we're gonna have Liliana turn out the lights. That's another one that I want Liliana to do. Right, the Serpent of Navarre. This is one that I wanted Cullen to do.
All right.
So we're gonna have Cullen do that one. Alliances, getting things moving. Many of the nobility of the Orlesian capital have settled their secondary differences and are rallying behind two families. The de Rosiers are old money, well respected, but viewed as traditional and stubborn. The Thibaults rose with a popular merchant consortium and are considered new money and progressive. While the intent of both families was to rival us politically, if we declare for one of them, we may manipulate events in our favor. Lord Pierre de Rosier has not asked for our allegiance, but may respect our rising might. Lady Valise Thibault speaks for her investors, and is interested in forward-thinking alliances. Josephine says, I can draw a number of agreements that tie us to little beyond ceremony. That will gain the initial interest of the Thibaults. Cullen says, we certainly have the forces. That is a simple demonstration to make to the de Rosiers. Yeah,
Let us begin.
That seems to be Josephine's purview, so why not? Translate the dragon text. Oh, right, this is a Western Approach thing. Ambassador Montilier. I have been considering your last letter, and as I do owe you a debt of gratitude for handling the Cumberland incident, I think I have found something that may solve your mystery. I have an acquaintance in Minrathous who has a brother in that circle's College of Antiquities. A few favors, and he may be able to translate your ancient text. But I should warn you, they are likely to be costly favors. Still, this may be your most promising avenue. Yours sincerely, Baron Maxwell Van Serant. A favor for a friend of a friend can get the manuscript translated by an expert. Alright. Esteemed Ambassador Montelier, enclosed you will find the completed translation of your fascinating manuscript, which our scholars estimate to predate the First Blight. The dialect caused quite a stir in historical linguistics. The College of Antiquities would be most interested in further cooperation with the Inquisition, should you uncover more Tevene documents from the pre-Blight era. Cordially, Anaximander Vetri, Dean of Antiquities, Minrathous Circle. Cool. No, I'm not gonna go back to the Western Approach right now. That's fine. We'll deal with that, at a later time. Yeah, at this point, it's like the next two regions to do pretty much are Exalted Plains and Emerald Graves. So let's try the Exalted Plains. That seems like a good idea. Hello. Can I not? What's the problem here? There we go. Cullen. Our spies looked into the breakdown of contact between Thalroyo and Imperial Army forces in the Dales. Troops on both sides agreed to cease hostilities, then retreated to their camps to await the outcome of peace talks. What occurred after the withdrawal is a mystery. The last communique from Gaspard's marshal reported a rash of desertions. After that, silence. I agree that this warrants further investigation. Do what you will, and my agents will lend support. Okay. We can march soldiers into the Exalted Plains and position scouts in strategic areas. If lines of communication are down, we must be prepared for anything. So something's going on in the Exalted Plains that's making it so that soldiers are no longer reporting to up the chain of command. So we should probably go figure out what that is. Alright, we've established an outpost. Lead Scout Harding is en route and awaiting further orders. Okay, let's go. Let's do Sarah. Varric's new card isn't quite as poignant when Hawk is still alive, I have to admit. I had Blackwall with me and Adamant, so let's do a totally different... Let's do our all-ladies team. That seems like a good idea.
Inquisitor, welcome to the Exalted Plains, a place with a long and bloody history. Even now, the region is volatile. This was a front in the Civil War. Now there's rebels called the Freemen of the Dales, recently emerged and adding to the chaos.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the history of this place.
This is where the elves made their last stand, isn't it?
Ah, you've studied the Dales. Yes.
A little bit.
When offered a chance to lay down their arms and surrender, they refused.
Yep. So tell me about these Freemen of the Dales.
This rebel group. Tell me more about them.
They seem to be simple deserters, tired of fighting and dying for either the Empress or the Grand Duke. Now they want the Dales for their own. Worse, they're more organized than we anticipated. Be wary.
So possibly they have some backing that we're unaware of. Okay. Anything else?
What else can you tell me?
Scouts have sighted Dalish elves. There must be a clan camp somewhere on the plains.
Okay.
That will be all. Thank you.
With the rifts and the undead, the Orlesians have lost ground. Most have been driven back to their forts. We have to stabilize the region, allowing the Imperial Army to re-establish its presence. Good luck, your worship. You'll need it.
You say that every time I enter a new area. And of course everybody needs to be leveled up now. Goodness gracious, Sarah. Okay. Let's do this. Give her Horn of Valor. Oops. And then I forgot Vivian. Sorry, Viv. Let's give you Blizzard. Why not? Blizzard's fun sometimes. Okay. So. New zone. That's always fun. And I already got a bunch of landmarks to poke around at. So let's get started. Guardians of the Path. The plaque on the statue reads, "Let the eternal flame purify your soul." So yeah, basically the elves had this area for several hundred years until Orlais basically showed up and was like, no, actually we're taking this back. And so now there's a lot of Orlesian propaganda around. The plaque on the statue reads, "Let the light of Andraste lift your spirits." Indeed. Alright.
It's the Inquisition!
Keep off the ramparts. I wonder why.
Freeman messages. The Inquisition have arrived. We have. They will take the Dales and say it is the Herald of Andraste's right. There is no such right. These lands should be yours. We cannot allow the Inquisition to gain a foothold. As Orlais' true defenders, you know what to do, Gordian. Well, I'm not trying to take the Dales for any particular... I'm not... What? That's crazy talk. I need so much Rashvine, you have no idea. I was just looking at what I need to upgrade my potions some more, and like almost all of them require me to get Rashvine, and many of them also Rashvine Nettle, so... Memorials of the Second Exalted March. The Path of Flame. Remember where Andraste's champions first set foot in the Exalted Plains, called Durthavarin by the elves. Halam-Sharal's dark heart was conquered, but one last challenge came from the elves, who would not submit to the Maker. They gathered upon the plain. Our champions answered their call, marching in Andraste's light on the Path of Flame. Lord Demetrius Aran, Sister Amity, and Sir Brandis of Lac Celestine called the Silver Helm. So yeah, there's a lot of Orlesian propaganda around here. Torn chit. Dear sir, enclosed is payment for the last shipment. The Lord greatly enjoyed the fish, prepared exactly as you recommended. How do you do it? Please keep them coming. He has a hankering for trout this week. Viriel. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, we good? I might switch out my staff. I did get a new staff, a nice fire staff actually, and it's also got a spirit rune on it. Also, I apologize if you hear any doors slamming or anything in the background. I have no idea what's going on or why people are slamming doors. It's just happening. The microphone is, like, I'm usually pretty good at getting most of the background noise. Getting rid of most of the background noise in post. But, sometimes stuff makes it through. So, I have no idea if you're gonna be able to, if people are gonna be able to hear any of this once I actually run it through my editing software and stuff. My goodness. Yeah, that's gonna do a lot more damage to these dead guys. There's a lot of corpses to fight over here.
How can anyone stop these things?
Anyway, can I talk to you now?
I must tend to our fallen.
Okay, but what's going on? Who are you?
Are you Imperial Army?
Yes, your worship. I fight on the side of Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, rightful Emperor of Olay.
Okay, but the fighting has stopped, yes?
The peace talks in Halam Sharal mean an end to hostilities, don't they?
We're no longer fighting each other, but the demons, the dead. It was easier when we fought just men. You can win against men.
So what's going on?
What's happened here?
We were trying to retake the ramparts from the dead. They rise here, somewhere within these trenches. It started when those freemen showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the freemen are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
I don't know.
I should be
Thank you, though. I guess we should probably try to figure that out.
I must tend to our fallen.
Yeah, I know.
I should be going.
I'm just trying to loot this thing here. Okay. Loot. I definitely see more dead things up here. Look at that. More dead things. Arcane horror. Right. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Looks like it might be coming from somewhere in that vicinity. Okay, let's,
This was no accident. Someone intended the dead to rise.
yeah.
There may be more of these pits. We'll have to find them.
Like, this is clearly something that somebody set up intentionally. Hello. It's the worst when they show up, like, in the back, behind you, where you're... where your tank is sitting around. Oh, here's your arcane horror. Hello. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm gonna actually... that looks like a fire barrier, so I'm gonna... okay. Now we'll burn all that. Now I get to blow on a horn, so that's cool. Can I make a blow things joke, or should I not? Is that a bad idea? Is that in bad taste? What's this? Last words to my loved ones. If this letter reaches you, know that I died and died well in service of the noble Grand Duke. I did not run like others did when the battle grew too much. I did not lose faith in the Maker. I was courageous till the end. Yours always, Julien. Okay. Okay. Let's blow on the horn. That will, like, bring all the people back. So now there's people again, which is good.
Agents are moving into the Dales.
There's loot up there somewhere, and I'm not sure how to get up there.
Oh, yes.
This way, I guess.
Restoring
Make a
order.
smile upon you. Still stinks of the dead.
I'm sorry, I can't do anything about the smell. I was able to get rid of the dead. I can't actually get rid of the smell. There's a demon right wandering around over there. Has anybody seen that? Like, does anybody else see that demon, or is it just me? Am I going crazy? Am I just literally seeing demons everywhere now, or what?
Causing trouble.
I assume your parents were Rivaini, Vivian.
They were merchants, originally from Desmuid, also I'm told.
You don't remember?
I was taken to the Ostwick Circle when I was very young. So far as I'm concerned, my life began there.
Okay, that's fair. Lots of mages feel that way.
The world's a mess.
I mean, that's accurate. I would say. Yeah, see, there's some demons running around over there. And here's another landmark right over here. Memorials of the Second Exalted March, Demetrius' End. Remember Lord Demetrius Aaron, the only one of Andraste's champions to fall. The forces of the Exalted March met the elves upon the field. Our numbers far exceeded theirs. The champions, kind and fair, gave the elves a chance for peace, but the elves would not lay down their arms. They slew Lord Demetrius in their charge. Maker, take him to his side. Right. We rest the western ramparts. More demons, what a shock. Father's guidance. Rygard, I'll be gone by the time you get back. Heading to Leeds. Join me as soon as you can. I've left some supplies in the hollow of the old tree, the one near the ruin. It should be enough to pay someone to take you to the city. Be safe, Father. Okay. There's a... Is it like way up there? I'll figure that out sometime. I don't feel like figuring that out just yet. Never mind. I'll deal with it later. Right, so I've fixed the dead problem, yeah.
I can't believe they retook the ramparts. Maybe if we got word to the Marshal. But Fort Trevisan surrounded by undead and locked down.
Okay,
What's happened here?
It started when those...
Yeah, I know.
Must be magic. But the free men are just deserters from the... Be careful out there.
Yeah, I got that much. Enter Fort Trevisan. Okay. Where's that? Well, there's our thing for Viv. There's, the fort. I don't know if I have time to actually get all the way over there in this episode. We're running a little bit short on time. But, I can probably, at the very least, grab this book for Vivienne. And get a couple more landmarks maybe on the way. Like this one here. Lindirane's fall. Remember the victory of the Dales. The elves were murderous and wild, for the Maker's grace did not touch them. The wildest of them was the she-elf Lindirane, wielder of the great blade Evanura. Defiant to the last, she met Sir Brandis, the Silver Helm, in single combat, and he bested her. With Lindirane fell the Dales. Okay. I'm not sure where this is. Let me see if I can find it. What's this? Gallows records. This appears to be a list of people sentenced to hang, followed by a note. Cerise Richard, desertion. Sir Roland, desertion. Salvin Labiche, murder. The Trout, assaulting an officer. Carte Rene, desertion. Have the boys shore up the crossbeam before the morning lot. Thought I saw some leading last week. We don't want lingering deaths, even if they're scum. Fair. I'm totally gonna loot this guy that's sitting on the gallows. Yes. I don't see why not. I don't know why they left a weapon on their prisoner, but okay. That seems silly to leave a dwarven rock crusher on your prisoner when you're gonna hang him, but I mean, whatever. Is this bloodstone? It's bloodstone. Okay. Jocelyn. I don't trust that Gordian fellow. He talks as though he's our legion, but I know he's not. I can hear it in his speech. Tell me you hear it too. I wonder what he's doing on that rise. He's forbidden us from going there, but I might take a look in a couple nights. Let me know if you want in. Have you heard anything from the Emerald Graves? They say Duhame's gone there to lead the Freemen. Damn, I miss him. He was a good commander. A bastard, but fair. Okay. What have we got here? Is this Vivian's book? Indeed, I think it is. Vivian doesn't even have anything to say about it? Gracious. Oh, she slightly approves. There we go. She very slightly approves. Is there something? Ah, it's up there. I see. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of weird random places where you can find loot and stuff. But I think we're about out of time for this episode. Here we go. So I will leave it here. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later.